Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. And today on the Hermitcraft server, I'm just showing off a little bit of my mega base. You can see how the Strait of Gibraltar is really kind of coming to fruition as all those berry fields are ready for the harvest. And over here, our lighthouse and dog sanctuary area, you know what? That is ready to bloom too. So what we need to do now is take advantage of our spoils of war of that tag game, that incredible, amazing elytra. We actually already had the elytra thanks to Scar, but we didn't have the ability to mend it or to Unbreaking 3 it. So now I can just, actually fly around here and enjoy what we've got done thus far. But you know what? There's so much work left to be done. Is it past tense? Is it present tense? Is it future tense? Who cares? Let's leave all that tension behind and relax with some comforting building of a wonderful dog sanctuary. Our composter is doing the most here to get the bones that we will need to make Joerassic Bark really special. We'll get that fossilized experience down to earth and up above it. But first, I realized as I've been going through my inventory here, I've got a ton of extra stone, and I have a new neighbor. So I thought to myself, if I've got a new neighbor who might need a whole bunch of stone, why don't I go ahead and drop off some of it for him? Does BDubs have a staging area for this project somewhere? Like where he's collecting things? No, not really. Okay, well, we want to make sure that we drop this off somewhere that he'll see it. So how about just here by this chest? This looks like a storage area. Yeah, he's got some dirt there. That'll be great. So we'll go ahead and grab this stone, or these chests. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Why don't we put them right here? And also maybe right here. Is that going to connect? No, it won't connect. Nothing. It's fine. Nothing has to be perfect. We'll deal with it later. There's got to be a way to do this, though. Nope, there never will be. It's fine. It'll be terrible forever. Let's go get more stone. Time skip. Well, folks, it turned out that all those chests were a little bit of overkill. Oh, this was really all we needed. You know what, though? Really, we don't even need this one. We could replace that chest with, like, literally anything else. Like, I don't know, a green pane of glass. There we go. And on that pane of glass, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and post a sign here that says, "Welcome to the neighborhood." Boom. And we'll leave that cobblestone there in case that marker's actually important for something. I don't want him to be like, oh no, that's no good. But yeah, now we have a nice little sign here. And, I mean, I've just been making all this stone because I was like, I've got extra fuel and I've got extra cobble. Might as well, just in case I need it later, pre-cook it. And clearly, BDubs is going to need it. He is working on some sort of insane cliff over here. Right now, it looks like it has, like, giant eyebrows that stretch off in either way. But, yeah. I figure all the cobble, all the smooth stone he can use, might as well leave for him. But, anyway, let's get back to our project. Time skip. Berries all around, and, they're compostable, I think, or compostable. But, you know what? I have been driven to the brink of madness by how long it has taken me to accumulate all the berries that I might possibly need. Dang it. Okay, yeah, these sky demons are going to be a problem. My point was that there's berries over there, and they're not harvesting quick enough, to really create the bone meal experience that I want to generate for y'all, You guys come here for that extreme Hermitcraft action, and quite frankly, I just wasn't doing enough with those berries and that composter. So, I went down here, and I realized, I've got this skeleton spawner, and I haven't done too much with it. So what I need to do is take that skeleton spawner and enclose it, and then hit the skeletons with swords. Now, in the process, I ran out of swords a lot, so I had to, widen these tunnels here. Here's that pillar of lava that Cubfan still hasn't claimed. But nearby here, I have a place that I can ascend to get to the nearest skeleton spawner, which is pretty close by. It's not terrible. I mean, If I was going over land, this would be a little faster, but, you know, there's a lot of mobs out this time of day, that sort of thing. But anyway, so right through here, boom, one scaly spawner. But, of course, they're going to stab me, or shoot me with arrows or whatever. So that's why I have to stand behind this, like, specialized guardrail thing I built. So the way this works is the skeletons there, they fall right down, and then they frown when I stab them with the sword. Now they've got bows, and they've got bones, and they've got arrows, and it's known that I will collect them after saying some words. Basically, all this does is pipe everything down to here, which then pipes it into there, which then pipes it into there via this. And that's okay. But what I realized was, this is also really close to 2 other spawners, right? I've got a spider spawner right up here, and I've started enclosing this. Haven't actually done it yet, and I'm also terrified the baby spiders are going to spawn while I'm working on this, so I put a few torches in, maybe more than I technically need, but it's important that we feel that we can work artistically. Like, you know, when we're afraid, we're not doing our best work, right? So what I need to do is, you know, be able to have as many torches as I need to feel, you know, able to really just pursue my dreams as an artist. And that's what we're doing here today. Look at that. I can't let that gravel get me down. It might have gravity, but I'm defying gravity. That might be a Disney song. Don't kick me off Twitch, or whoever. I don't know. But anyway, here's what we're doing. We are just generating, actually now, an entire complex of spawner-related things. Like up here and over. This is a connector. It's not a perfect connector, but it does its job. This connects us to the zombie spawner right here. Oh, hi, doggy. But what I realized is I could feed all 3 spawners to a central area. Now, they're not going to be in range of each other to actively be spawning, but why should I have a pile of chests here, and a pile of chests by the skeletons, and a pile of chests by the spiders? What I need to do is take this, instead of routing these guys straight down here, I've started digging out back this way, and then further down, and what I think I'm going to do is actually knock out this wall eventually. Wait. How does this even work? Oh, that's going to be a whole problem, isn't it? How would I even put stuff in there if there's a bunch of mobs in here? You know what I probably have to do is put gravity blocks in there. Do I have any gravel? Of course I do. There it is. So, like, if I put a bunch of gravity blocks in here, as soon as I kill these mobs... No! I said as soon, not... Dang it. We're gonna put the gravel in our offhand. That's what our offhand is for. Is complicated gravity block deployment schemes. Okay, we're out of swords. Luckily, we have an entire box for that. I prepared a box earlier, and I put a sword maker in there, and now we have swords. We're just gonna slice at the knees and the shins of these zombies, and there we go. Okay. So, what I think will happen now is we can destroy this. Boom, and look at that. The zombies are still landing there. But what we can do now is start charting a course for a new kind of little zombie flow here. Let's use wood for this. So, basically, if I put in a chute this way, that the zombies will go through. Okay, see, this worries me that this might be a part... Is this structural? Why would I use those blocks for that if it wasn't structural? Okay, the core concept, though, is the actual zombie chute will have these blocks in it, so we know not to break them. And then we can break these 2 blocks, and the zombies will start flowing this way. And then we can route them kind of generally over this way, and it'll eventually get them over to the center area, kind of between all 3 spawners. We are triangulating our spawner location, or our kind of spawner storage hub location. So yeah, we could route the zombies that way, maybe. Or at least part way that way. And then have kind of a core kind of a shaft of chests and storage if we route the spiders this way. If we route the skeletons, well, that might be as far as they're going to go. But you guys get the core idea. And I think that should work and should give us the ability to get the bones we need, as well as everything else we need. We'll get the zombie flesh to make the, additional dogs through breeding, and we'll get the spiders for whatever spiders are good for. Probably something dog or dinosaur related. We'll have to find out. Time skip. As I stand here at the intersection of our 3 spawners, it's a humble start, but we got to start somewhere. The spider spawner in particular is kind of the conclusion of step 1 of this, which is to build all the spawners. And what I've got going on here is I've removed almost all the blocks, and I created a frame around this that is kind of almost not hideous. I ran out of some of the blocks I wanted, but you know what? We can't always get what we want. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start removing most of the torches that are on these platforms here. I've got enough torches alongside the walls that I can remove with water buckets later that I think I should be safe. This is not necessarily a sure thing, though. And I forgot to remove my elytra, which was not my plan, but it is what is happening. And at a certain point, we just need to embrace that. Sometimes things don't go according to plan. That's okay. Now, one thing that did work with our other build here was one of our other spawners. We actually put a pillar on top of the spawner to stop mobs from getting caught on top of it here. So that's going to connect us up through here, like so. I'm going to use this kind of little connector ramp later on to remove those torches with buckets as well from around the spawner itself. This is not like the fanciest way to do this, but it is effective. And at a certain point, that's really all we need, If your goal is to harvest a whole bunch of baby spiders, then, you don't have to do it perfectly or optimally. You just need to not be killed by a bunch of baby spiders, And so that's what we're going to set out to do here today. And I'm getting nervous as I remove each of these torches. But yeah, there we go. This is a work in progress. But you know what? It's far enough along now. We can run out here. Phase 2, we're going to release a bunch of water from behind the spawner here to cover the floor and set up a channel that will lead to those hoppers where we can stab the spiders to death and then harvest their, spider webs or whatever they make. I'm not a spider expert per se. I'm just, pretending to be one on the YouTube. So, now that we're up here, we should be able to look down and see a perfectly... okay, that wasn't optimal. Well. So, I thought I had done that correctly. And now that I clearly haven't, I'm starting to worry a bit that I'm going to run into the same problem with the next part. But you know what? Why don't we just hop down here real quick. First thing we're going to do, just as a safety precaution, we're going to remove that gate we put in. I say gate, it's a fence. The reason we're removing it is because we need that to not be stuck there. Then, I'm going to swing through here and just start removing a lot of these blocks as we go. Now, that's going to get it darker directly under the spawner, which is where the spiders are going to spawn. And that's a problem for those of us who would like to not be killed to death by spiders. Ooh. Another problem. Apparently, this right here is not good enough either. So, how are we going to resolve that? Is this going to actually cause different problems? Yes, of course. But wait, there's more. Okay, so if we actually have that from all the way to here, I think that this should actually work okay. Oh, no, because we need one more bucket of water back here in this slot. Yeah, there it is. It goes right there. And then we need this to come down here, I think. And we need to remove this block. Well, how come some of those are further forward is what I don't get. Well, whatever. At this point, we have something that roughly looks like it should work. And if it should roughly work, then that's going to have to be good enough for us. I think I might also put some trap doors underneath here to stop the spiders from being as aggressive. I think that should do a good job of keeping them at bay, and we can close those, or one of them, if we need to. So, at this point, we just need to refill, well, we don't need to refill all the empty buckets, because what we're going to do next is start removing those torches from along the sides here. Like so. Where are their torches? There's torches along here, torches along there, torches along here. And we're just going to slowly but surely wipe out all these torches in such a way that I think should generally accomplish our objectives. You know? Now, keep in mind, our overall objective is to make dinosaur skeletons this episode. So there's a very compelling argument to be made that we're already kind of like well off the rails. But I have also harvested a ton of skeleton bones in the process of making all this. And so we are not completely, messing up our dog catcher campaign at the moment. And like, besides, if you can catch a spider, you can catch a dog. That just makes sense to me. So, at this point, now what we're going to want to do is we are going to want to add some rails along here to stop spiders from climbing up this wall if they happen to catch it. I happen to not catch it. So now that we're up on this central pillar here, we can just kind of gently, I say, remove these torches as well. And it looks like we need to move one more here. Yeah, we're already starting to get spiders spawning. He's trying to get to me right now because he knows I'm here, which is okay. It's not optimal, but once I'm out of range or like downstream, that shouldn't be as much of an issue. So there, at this point, we do have a little bit of light coming in from the exit there, but it shouldn't be enough to really do anything. And we have some light along here that we can lower down a little bit, but these lips are already actually a little bit extra further away so the spiders don't spawn alongside the walls and start climbing them. So now, let's see if this very... That's all the spiders. We found the spiders, y'all. I was gonna say, let's check if our chest is working with our dropper, because all the... So yeah, there's all the materials that went through there. Now, this system is not currently set up to actually cause harm to the spiders before they get here. That's not ideal. Let's maybe eat a carrot. Please heal me. Heal me, carrots. They have 8 eyes. I only have 2, but let them heal me before I'm through. Okay. So, some parts of that plan might have been suboptimal. I'm willing to concede that point. However, if you look, spiders are getting stabbed to death. And for the most part... Oh, look, now we have spider eyes we can make potions with. We can get the enchanted orbs or whatever, the experience orbs through there. You know, it's not a perfect spider killing system, but it is the system we have. And eventually, once I get enough iron, I can feed the droppers from here, and the droppers from there, and the droppers from there, all into here, and have a central location. So I think that should be good. Wow, I clearly should have put something to stop the spiders from climbing up the walls here, though. That is going to be a problem. But on the whole, not the worst idea I ever had. Not a great execution of an idea. I'm willing to... Wait, what is there? There's some light coming in up there. But they're still spawning. It's a work in progress. Anyway, why don't we go grab some of the bones we've already harvested and start working on those fossils like we actually intended. Time skip. Welcome back to Joerassic Bark. We have some visitors already. They seem to have arrived armed, which is against park policy, And as I don't have any armor or equipment with which to really fight them, we might need to immediately flee and go retrieve proper bows and arrows from our skeleton farm. I wasn't expecting to need those so fast. I knew one day it would be necessary, but didn't realize it would be today. Now, of course, we are working on some of our not quite to scale dinosaur bones here. I've got some giant ribs I've started placing in the ground this way. Let's see, is there a good way to get over these guys? Oh man, they are just very aggressive. If I teleport like back here, let's get these rockets out just in case we need them, but if I teleport back here so I can show these ribs off a little bit better. That doesn't show the ribs off at all. Dang it. Okay, now I'm just behind the skull in an unhelpful position. So up and over we go. There's an endermite. We're just getting mobs everywhere here. So we've got the skull, we've got 2 ribs. Realistically, I think once we get several ribs in, just a whole rib cage here. So you would come through the log, and you would see the skull. Still have to get the stairs up to the log, note to self. But yeah, you come up here, and you see kind of a trail of ribs, a cage of ribs. Leading this way, we'll have the dog houses here. I still haven't added anything fun to the beach down here for the puppies, but, you know, we could have something for them to run around on, hang out, that sort of thing. Yeah, this is a start. Oh, good, those guys last saw me over there, and so they're now running into the woods that way, trying to chase me. I can't believe that I was able to trick them with an ender pearl. I didn't know that was possible. If I walk close enough, they'll probably latch back onto me again, but that's actually really cool. That they will go to my last known position. You know, if that's the case, I might be able to just keep working on these ribs for the time being. Well, maybe not. Maybe they saw me again. So what I wanted to do was have... Actually, this one would be... I'm having these every 3, and then I'm having to move up 1. So that would actually be kind of closer to this. And then 3 over, up 1... would be partially buried here, but like that's okay if it's partially buried. It'll actually look better with the aesthetic we're going for. Finally, I can get rid of that bush because that thing has been bugging me for a while. Okay, and then we'll just hop on over here, throw some of these torches down. These should let us make sure that we maintain the proper orientation of these. There we go. So yeah, I've just been kind of doing this fairly simple, like 2 steps up, and then 7 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then another 1 each. I tried doing these thicker, and they just didn't quite turn out, unfortunately. You just drop the torches here like so, and we are good to go, go, go. There we are. It's a real simple pattern. So we have this L that we're standing on now, then we do another platform, then we do another platform. I forget how I did... Oh yeah, that's right. The torches. It's the same trick over and over. It's so simple, a child or a very easily distracted adult man can do it. So we just pop up here. These ones are actually intentionally going to turn inward. Yeah, those guys have completely forgotten about me. This is great. I was worried that this was going to completely disrupt my recording session. But now, nope, we're doing okay. And then this is going to generally... I'm going to probably move the path a little bit to make sure that it stays within the bones. But what I wanted to do was have... So the path starts about 4 away from these on this side and on that side. So I was going to have the path go back a few this way too. Maybe not 4, but maybe 3 back here. Drop the torches. Now, do I want to have these directly facing each other? Probably not. To get a good... We have enough of enough room here to get a good diagonal offset in. So we're going to want to seize that opportunity. Anytime you can build something at a slight, subtle diagonal, that's going to be good. Oh, looks like it is about to be time to lay our heads down and dream. So I'm going to keep working on these ribs, and I will be right back Time skip. I've made some progress on our dog sanctuary, but you know, if we really want to fill it up, in the long term, it's going to be important that we make sure there is a demand for dog catching services. So I am just running with my dog pack here. Ah, woo! I don't know, that's more of a wolf pack howl. But, okay, we got to look at these things. It's easier to look at things in the first person. Selfie stick disengage. Suma, Corrales, Etho. You know, Etho has been back on the server for a little while, and I haven't really paid him a visit yet. So I was thinking maybe we should stop by Etho and Cleo. And then I was like, well, obviously we should also hit up Asuma, you know, because he's part of that Dominion or whatever, too. Then I was like, you know, Etho, Hypno, Cleo, those all three rhyme. So maybe we'll do Hypno as well. I don't think I've dropped off any dogs at Hypno's base yet. So we got to pay him a visit. We don't want any hermit feeling left out. Of course, if anybody asks, it was probably vintage beef with a stick. Okay, dogs, we're going to Etho's house. Oh, look at that. They're getting so much better. I'm getting so much better at leading these dogs through portals. Whoa, here we are at Etho's base, which appears to be in the sky. Oh no, my wolf just fell from a high place. I can't use my inventory. I don't have my elytra on. I'm inside the portal. Okay, clearly we need to get the elytra on before we can actually get off this platform, because Etho is a madman who does not believe in basic, you know, health and safety stuff. Okay, he's got a huge structure over there. He's got this jungle all around. We can't throw the pearl through the portal. Let's just hit the road, Jax. Oh no, it's getting dark. Near a bed. That would be great. Although, at least if we're on top of the foliage here. Wait, can the dogs not teleport to us if we're on top of the foliage? Oh. Thanks, Jev. Remind me to be extra kind to Jevin once I eventually get that trident. Alright, so it looks like Etho has a road underway here. And there's nothing construction workers love more than just random puppies, you know, just palling around in the middle of the road. Now, some of these might be recently bred, so we're going to have to check their collars. Yep. You want to make sure that, like, these look like they're not dogs that anybody, like, just showed up with and put everywhere. You know, that sends the wrong message. That sends the message that Joe Hills might have done this, and we want it to look like this is just a natural disaster that I'm going to be helping people with. Bad news, everyone! I'm receiving word from folks that apparently this is Asuma's base and not Etho's. So we need to, like, you know what, we'll leave some of the dogs here, because I wanted to hit Asuma's base anyway. I originally ruled him out because his name didn't rhyme, but you know what, we'll leave the dogs that we left down here for him, and we'll take the rest to Etho's. So, of course, there's Etho's portal way up there. What a terrible place for a portal. At least one wolf already died. But let's go ahead, and if we touch down over here, there we go, the dogs all teleported to us. And, okay, he did have a scaffold up here, but, I mean, how are the dogs going to know how that works? Wait, is it bad if we put the dogs inside the farms? Or brilliant? Alright, pups, next we are going to visit Hypnotize's base. Although we're going to say Hypno, because it rhymes with Etho. Let's go, 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 go. No, don't teleport to me. Teleport through the portal. Alright, so we have plenty of dogs now. This seems to be Hypno's area here. We gotta stay away from that zombie. He probably serves a purpose. I'm guessing Hypno probably set up over this way some. You know, honestly, though, he's just got stuff everywhere, so maybe we should just have stuff everywhere. Let's just walk around, and as we... Whoa, what's that? Hold on. While that chunk loads, dogs, sit down. Oh, that's that flying thing. Man, people are always putting cool flying stuff on the server. This is a really pretty little terraformed island here. On a tropical island. Does this do anything? Oh, it's just a little... I should visit here more often. I should get an actual tour sometime. While I am actually, like, officially visiting instead of just, like, sneaking in the middle of the night to hide dogs. So let's go ahead and set down the last few pups. and head back to get Cleo her dogs. Time skip. We are back here at Zombie Cleo's base, and you know, I gotta say, there are always good places to put dogs if you are willing to put the effort in to placing them. I don't know. I'm gonna place these 2 dogs here. Boom. We got another one there, another one there. You know, we're just creating a tapestry of dogs. I don't remember how to leave this room. Dang it, there was like a scaffold. Oh, there it is. And I also put some dogs down here. I feel like that's going to be a good look for this place, this cave, this space, you know, at Cleo's base. This one down here, I think that's her dog, because I can't make it sit up, unlike all the other ones. But you know what? That's fine. That can have a treat, as a treat. I moved the dogs out of the mud pit here and also put some around the perimeter and just kind of generally hid them in places I thought Cleo would enjoy them. You know, it's always nice to have a few dogs by your zoo sign and whatnot. But realistically, at this point, we need to head back to our base and showcase the ribs that I finally got put in. I'm pretty happy with them, and I think you will be too. Time skip. I hope you've got a good sense of humor, viewers, because y'all are in for a ribbon. I'm just kidding. I have put several ribs here, some broken, some unbroken, and I feel like it does a good job of just kind of generally framing this. Done a little bit of work on some of the additional dog houses that, you know, there's always room to grow. However, what I really need to do right now, in order to end this episode, is we need to actually swing back by my little spawner area, because I was in the process of expanding it for like optimal optics. I wanted people to be able to like look at that and go, Joe, that's a good looking spawner area. I can see, you know, all 3 of these spawners at once. That's really cool. And it turns out that sometimes if you aggressively mine into the area that has hundreds of baby spiders, all the baby spiders pour out. Okay, this seems to be working well enough as a technique. Although I'm actually getting some extra blocks there, but the extra block isn't as much of a threat as the baby spiders pouring out. No, that's the baby spiders pouring out. That's the baby spiders pouring out. That's the bad version of this. That's the one that we didn't want. We're gonna flee the baby spiders now. Okay, we're abandoning this area forever. We will now begin our descent into the area that has way too many spiders free. Hopefully they are mostly despawned. Basically, there's an area back. Oh, there's more of them. They're about to get out. They're going to come through the same hole that the other ones came through, and that's going to be a problem. So can I dig down onto where... No, of course not. That would have been clever. Okay, in theory, I know that the hole that they're going to come through or escape through is on this lower portion here. So maybe what I should do is start digging a channel down that way. That will get me to roughly where that is. And then I can, worst case, kind of cover that channel back up if we start immediately seeing a bunch of spiders flying upward at us. That seems sound. Where's that missing block? Somewhere down here is one missing block that way too many spiders poured through. It's got to be close by. This is the worst, you guys. This is the worst, y'all. I am not... Like, I play Minecraft to have fun, and, you know, as a byproduct of that, I occasionally experience abject terror. But, okay, where is the block that I knocked out? There, is that it? Did I fix it? Did I fix it before all of the spiders got out? Again? There's a spider trying to get out. Okay. And luckily, it looks like the ones that generally filled this corridor all seem to have despawned as well. Whoops, this is good. As you can see, I've dug out quite a bit of this. I wanted to have all the spawners visible from each other. The skeleton one is still down that hallway there. It's not quite done. But you know what? Those spiders actually chased me a good distance. I basically had to flee up this ladder and then down this hallway. And as I'm like describing this, I'm like, I'm just going to turn this corner and then it'll be all the spiders. But yeah, no, it looks like I successfully got them to despawn by fleeing before they could devour my brains and poison me with their toxins. So, yeah. Whew. Small victories. Anyway, I might as well wrap up this episode here. We should go ahead and thank our Patreon sponsors who made this episode mid-roll and pre-roll ad-free. This episode was pre-roll ad-free thanks to Chris, and it was mid-roll ad-free thanks to Daniel Kim. So, in lieu of that mid-roll ad, I will now read a poem of my own devising. I call this poem Younger with Distance. Aspire like the stars to radiate across the void and hit something in every direction. Eventually. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.